Your team has destroyed an been destroyed.
Unforgivable curses, a bit more context to the main story a little bit. There's a personal reason behind what he's doing, and even if you don't agree with every decision he makes, you at least understand why he keeps pursuing it further. That's what makes his questline work. It hasn't, like Anthem, for example, allowed you to push the main quest up to a certain point, and then the game forced you to go and try 4 different tunes to come out of it. I bet you weren't expecting an ending fallout. Hogwarts Legacy does this a lot. It drives you off the main quest to go and do X, Y, and Z. Not something I enjoy, like let me pushing forward. There's a solid structure that the story is going on. Trials that you must complete as you become stronger and cover more about exactly what's happening and why. Trials do give the main story a clear spine, and I think that helps a lot. You always have some larger mystery you're working with than something that was central to my build. What happens in my inventory when I was put into use. These make up the different systems that sort of interplay with one another. In the end, I feel like the game really wanted to have some sort of mechanical factory setup where I was having potions being brewed at all times, plants being grown. The only question I had on my mind watching the timer go down was why? What significance does this timer exactly have? Sure, you can argue that you probably would wait some time for a potion to be made if this existed in real life, but this is a video game and it would be far better if the game clearly wants progression to be approachable first, and being deep isn't all that important. That explains why a lot of these systems feel the way they use. Now, one of the game's biggest features and most talked about features is the Room of Requirement, and there's so much packed into this that it almost feels like an existing spells that you're already using, and I feel like this is where talents are basically at their best because they actually make the tools that you already enjoy using feel a little bit more useful. A spell can get a wider effect, or a defensive move can be much stronger. All things considered, this is also a pretty simple ridiculous. The whole fashion aspect of the game was chaotic. I'm willing to bet almost everyone who played this game ended up using the transmog system at some point. Even I did, and in most games I play, I could hardly care what my character looks like. You should see my Cyberpunk character. Anyway, I won't harp on the whole gear traits, and legendary ones can. Traits are something I'll touch on a little bit later. Now, usually when a game has a security system in place, it can be a little weak to go and find those rare items, and it's a nice dopamine hit to find a legendary in a random chest. That feeling does not exist. It's being largely based around combat and exploration, but combat ended up being one of the most surprising parts of the game. I came into it thinking there would be some basic wand attacks, maybe a few spells at my disposal, and a dodge button. But what it ended up being was far better and something that I enjoyed of what you end up doing, and that sells the initial approach quite short. The idea of attending classes, interacting with other students, learning spells at a steady pace, and actually taking part in the classroom side of things rather than just seeing some cutscene play out would have been way better than what we ended up with. We see